Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this August the 17th, 2025. I'm hoping everybody had a great Sunday out there so far, but it's a great Sunday evening. Hope everybody can stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather, because the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at Hurricane Erin, which is a Category 3 on the Hurricane Saffir-Simpson wind scale, right here, located just north of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic and Haiti. As you can see, it's bringing some heavy rain, gusty winds to that area as the system continues to push off in this direction. I know the National Hurricane Center got it going like this, but I think it may take a little more of a westward northwest jog. May come like here, then maybe kind of make that north turn. Could clip the Outer Banks of North Carolina. So I know the National Hurricane Center got it going right through here, but like I said, it could. The way it's going right now, it looks like it may kind of skirt this area right here. So anybody in the Bahamas, you need to watch out for this storm, because this storm could come a little bit closer to the Bahamas and also the southeastern U.S. So we'll continue to monitor that, because it's been running a little bit below where the national forecast cones got. It's been going just a slightly toward the bottom of the cone where it's supposed to be the center of the storm go. It's pretty much taking a little bit more of a dip to the kind of towards a little bit more westward. But anyway, here's Hurricane Erin. You can see some activity over the north central tropical Atlantic. We have a 40% chance of development of another system coming in towards midweek. This looks to become Fernand as it continues to track across the Atlantic. We got more activity, scattered activity across South America. Got more tropical activity in the Eastern Pacific. More activity across the Yucatan Peninsula and the Mexico, Central America, northern Mexico to Texas. Then we got more scattered activity across the Gulf to Florida, up toward Georgia, southern South Carolina. Also from Texas into portion of Missouri to Louisiana. More activity up here around the Minnesota region. And also some more activity moving into the Pacific Northwest over toward Washington, Oregon State, moving toward Idaho and Montana areas as well. And in Canada up toward New Brunswick, Newfoundland, and also St. John's Islands as well. But like I say, all eyes are on this system here, and tropical major hurricane Erin. Let's take a look at the 5 p.m. advisory on Erin. This was at 5 p.m. this afternoon. You can see there's the tropical storm warnings across the Turks and Caicos Island, like I've been mentioning in my videos before. They probably issued them advisory. I would not be surprised to see more tropical storm watches and warnings be issued up further to the north and to the central and northern Bahamas as well. They could even issue a tropical storm watch possibly for maybe portions of North Carolina later on. We'll continue to monitor that and see. Currently, if you're tracking it at home, the location is 21.7 north, longitude 68.5 west. Maximum sustained winds at 125 miles an hour with higher gusts. Movement to the west-northwest at 13 miles an hour. And I'm expecting that west-northwest track to continue. So it may wobble a little bit to the west a little more. Could turn to the northwest some, maybe wobble back to the west. So that's why we're expecting this here to continue to push on off that direction. Right now, classified as a major hurricane, winds of 110 miles per hour plus. Alright, but here's the track of the storm. Remains a major hurricane at 2 p.m. Wednesday. So located off the Carolina coast. I figure that's in the center of the storm, maybe about 200 miles off the coast. But anyway, that system going to be kind of broadening its wind field, so the wind field is going to start expanding as it continues to push off to the west-northwest. So we'll not be surprised, like I said, portions of eastern North Carolina, maybe even the Grand Strand region could get some tropical storm force winds, maybe even get a few showers if the system tracks a little bit further toward the west. Bermuda right now, you're looking pretty good right now, but you still will be on the east side of the storm. You will get hurricane conditions possible as that system brushes by to your west. And like I said, we need to continue to monitor this here just to make sure the system is going to go this direction. But if it continues that kind of west-northwest pattern, it may wobble a little further more westward than what the track has got here. So we'll continue to monitor it over the next day or two and see how far west this thing continues to go. But right now, there's the forecast cone by 2 can't get it out. 2 p.m. Friday. Here it is located just south of Nova Scotia. All right. Now let's take a look at the forecast models. You can see they pretty well agreement right here. Here's the Bahamas, pretty well right here. They keep it pretty well agreement right in on between. There's Bermuda well off to the east of that system. Here's eastern North Carolina. A little bit more westward look like in the latest runs, but you can see it continue to push on off to the east northeast and then away from the area. Here's Nova Scotia. Here's St. John's Island. And here's the northeastern U.S. Alright, let's move on to the intensity guidance. Right now it has about 120 knot winds, 110 knot wind, equal up to 125 miles per hour. Category 3 hurricane. Some of it is expected to maybe fluctuate to a category 4 before dropping back to a 3, 2, and then 1, and then a tropical storm in this later cycle. Should be about 168 hours out. So alrighty, so there's your tropical update. We'll show you the rest of the tropics at the end of the video. If you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue to get the show on the road there, folks. Alright, you can see we got some flash flooding and heavy rain up here in portion of Wisconsin, also in the portion of Illinois region as well. We got thunderstorms and showers over here in portion of Oregon, Washington, and northeastern Oregon states. Also through the Dakotas, down to Kansas, to Texas, to New Mexico, to Arizona, northwestern portion of the state of Mexico as well, down into the Gulf, Florida region, to Alabama, to the Carolinas, all the way up to DC. Got some thunderstorms and showers for your Monday. Here's Hurricane Erin located just east of the Bahamas. You see how close it is. That's the center of the storm, but like I said, you're going to feel impacts all the way in the Bahamas as well. Like I've been mentioning before in my videos, I did say something about the Bahamas may get impacted by the storm because it could track a little bit further to the west. So, but anyway, here's a look at your Tuesday forecast. Otherwise, you expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Monday. And now here's a look at your Tuesday forecast according to their forecast model. Here is Erin, a little bit further to the east of the Bahamas. But you can see it still continue to, that's where it's supposed to take that northward jog straight up like this. So kind of like this right here and then to the northeast. So, but like I say, if it stays a little further to maybe a little bit further west, then this could be about right here. May track this away and then clip the outer bank, maybe clip the northeastern U.S. and then continue to push out that way. That's a possibility. That's still on the table, folks. We're not ruled that out as well. But anyway, here's your Tuesday forecast. We got some shower activity for Washington State, northern Mexico. Got thunderstorms and showers stretching to Texas, to Nebraska, to Iowa, up around Lake Erin, Lake Superior, to Michigan, to portion Maine, to Connecticut, Rhode Island, to DC, to the Carolinas, Florida, Florida Keys, Atlantic coastal water, portions of the central and northern Gulf as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Tuesday. Alright, let's move on to the current watches warning advisory map where you're locating across the nation. And you can see out in the tropical waters here, we do have hurricane and tropical storm warnings out there. Small craft advisory, gale warning from Maine all the way down to the South Carolina, Georgia coast. We got heat advisories up here in portions of Iowa, through Illinois, to Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Texas, Oklahoma. Flood watch is also in effect up here in portions of Wisconsin into Minnesota. Also more flood watches in Idaho and also Oregon State. Red flag warnings in Idaho. Some severe thunderstorm warnings, special weather statements in Montana. More special weather statements for you guys in Wyoming. Excessive heat watches are in effect for Southern California, so the southern areas of Arizona. Let's see, we got I think some local area emergencies in portions of state of New Mexico as well. Special weather statements for southern areas of Texas. Small craft advisories over here for Southern California, Southern Hawaii Chain Island as well. North side looks good, and one little area to the west of Alaska. Alright, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center outlook. We got a marginal risk of severe weather coming up on your Monday, and it stretches through the Dakotas all the way down to McCook in portions of Nebraska. Far east is Green Bay, Milwaukee, Chicago areas as well. General thunderstorm from Montana to Texas to the Carolinas, and also in the portions of Florida, Florida Keys, up to around the Great Lakes region, up toward Lake Erin, Lake Superior, Duluth, Minnesota, and also Marquette, Michigan. Tornado probability looks like this: less than 2% all areas. Damaging winds 5%. Large hail 5%. And we're going to take a look at day 3, which is just general thunderstorms expected across the board. And we're going to be taking a look at that right now. It should be popping up here. And it's going to look something like this. There it is: general thunderstorms, portions of Oregon, Idaho, Montana, portions of Arizona, all the way up to South Dakota, to Texas, to the Carolinas, Florida, Florida Keys, Outer Banks of North Carolina, and up here around the Great Lakes region, stretching over toward New York State. Alright, take a look at the tropics. We're going to show you that system, excuse me, that system that has a 40% chance of development. And here it is right here, located just southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. Continue to push west. This area right here has a 40% chance of development over the next 7 days, 0% right now. A tropical wave located near the Cabo Verde Islands is producing disorganized shower and thunderstorm. Some gradual development of this system is possible during the latter half of this week, and a tropical depression could form late this week or next weekend, while the system moves westward to west-northwestward at 15 to 20 miles per hour, approaching from the northeastern Caribbean Sea or the southwestern Atlantic. Formation chance through 48 hours, low, near 0%. Formation chance through 7 days, medium, 40%. Here, let's see if we can get any new. It's still 5 p.m. Same advisory. Alrighty, and here is that system here off the coast. Nothing to come out of that. Just 0% chance of development. Alright. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe. We will continue to update you on Erin. And Erin looks like it may be shifting back a little bit more to the west than what the National Hurricane Center cone has got. But we will continue to update as conditions warrant. Stay with my local forecast channel. Make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos, and we'll catch you back in the next one. So have a wonderful Sunday evening, folks. Take care, and also enjoy the weather, because the only weather you got.